Hey there, I'm Randy Babst from UXstars.com. I'm a UX researcher and UX auditor. I specialize in looking at websites and helping to remove usability issues. And I also do go ahead and interview users and conduct usability tests. But sometimes there's an awful lot that I can find out by going through the website ahead of time and removing some of the predictable challenges that people will face. I was at a conference today. I was not planning on making this different video here, but it is a great example to talk about some usability heuristics. Now, heuristics is kind of an odd word. Just think about it as meaning the word guidelines. All right, a lot of these things are common across all different types of websites and designs. People sort of run into the same challenges again and again. And in this case, I'm going to be talking about the need to match with the way that a user's world is shaped. So on the left side of my screen here, you can see a grid that was on the website for this organization. Now, I actually really found this grid to be extremely helpful. I could see the title of the different sessions. I could see a key for the different track or category name, right? And so this really helped me pick out which sessions I wanted to look at when it was time for the conference. But when I logged into the conference, did I see something that said research, design, or strategy for the categories? No. I went into Hopin, which is the actual event host where you're actually clicking in and seeing the different videos live, right? For them, all the categories were totally different. And they were like, Back Bay AB, Back Bay CD, Republic, Liberty. And I was like, what? Now, I think that these are buildings where the conference is actually located. And if I was physically at the conference, that might make more sense because I'd be like, oh, hey guys, can you tell me the directions to the Independence Room or something like that? Well, then it makes a bit more sense. But this is an online event platform, right? And so your users are like, they're at home and they're not walking from room to room, they're clicking, right? So these categories are a heck of a lot better guide for how your users are thinking, right? So how much better would it be if instead of saying Back Bay, it said design? Instead of saying independence, it said research, right? And then this lower area here could be the thing that actually went ahead and told you the current name of the current session, right? Because some of the different session names, you might be like, oh, is that really design or is that more research or is that more strategy, right? And so it would be great if it said the high level category here and then the actual session here. That would have been a lot more intuitive and a lot more in alignment with what we would say mental model was of how I am going to navigate through the conference. So, just so you know, I'm going to bring up the Jakob Nielsen heuristics because I'm not just coming to this random observation. These types of rules and guidelines are something that we're trained to look at. All right, so coming on up here to this one, a match between the system and the real world. And these days, I probably would change it to a match between the system and the user's world, right? In this case, my world is virtual. I'm coming in and I want to say, I want to go to the research track, right? And if I go in and it's like saying independence and, these different names, it's not matching with how I'm thinking about the conference and what I want to go to, right? So when you become familiar with different heuristics and guidelines, and the Jakob Nielsen heuristics are very famous, but they are just one set of potential guidelines to go by. When you become familiar with looking for these things, you start to see them everywhere. So make sure that when you are naming things that you're trying not just to think about how your internal organization names and labels things, but you're thinking, how are the users using this system going to be thinking about how to get from A to B, in the way that they think. All right. I hope that helps you understand what heuristics are a little bit better. And until next time, see you later. Bye-bye.